Hey, what's up? Aloha, everybody. Today's restaurant is in Sand Island in Kalihi again, in Kalihi Kai. It is Str'eats of Aloha. So mahalo to Supreme Judge is his name. I believe his name is James. Correct me if I'm wrong, sorry. We met a long time ago at the Catalina restaurant in Aiea. While I was filming, he stopped me and said he watches my stuff. So thank you for suggesting this place. I've always seen it at like those food truck things like at Pro Ridge or the Eva ones at Waikai. Sometimes they're there, Waikele. So you will see their food truck around, but if you want to go to their brick and mortar, it is off 1111 Sand Island Access Road. If you're not familiar, the cross street would be Awiki Street. And it's that big strip mall with all kind of eateries. So it does get very busy during lunchtime. I went around the end of 11:30-ish and it was packed. I got one of the last stalls and they're very tight. But after I got my food, it kind of thinned out as the workers started to leave with their lunches. So you might want to go a little after 12-ish. They're only open till 1 though, but they're open for breakfast. I'll put their hours in the description box below and their address as usual for every other restaurant that I do. And on a side note, after I was coming from town, I did a Ala Moana memory walk for my member channel. So if you're interested in joining, you can do that. So coming from town, you have to take Awiki Street unless you want to make a U-turn off Sand Island. But I saw the new Amazon warehouse. It's pretty awesome. I hope that things come in faster as it starts to open up. Maybe we can be like the mainland and get stuff the same day or the next day instead of waiting for 3 days, even though 3 days is not bad. But anywho, to the food. This is what they're famous for. Bam! The town and country. So you can get this at their food truck or at their brick and mortar. They also sometimes go to Elliott Street at the Hawaiian Airlines hangar. I believe anybody can go there. I've been through Elliott Street many times because I used to work in that area. And you can just drive into the parking lot. There's a lot of food trucks over there. So this is a shrimp katsu. Look at that huge roll. Some fried noodles and some kind of, I don't know if it's terry beef or what, and a scoop of rice. That is massive. If you're wondering why it's dark, I'm parked under the cell phone waiting area of Nimitz Viaduct or Nimitz Highway. You have the viaduct above me for shade. I was gonna go to Kalihi Lagoon or Sand Island Beach Park to eat, but I am sorry, it is way too hot outside. It is blazing. So this is some nice shade in the nice air-conditioned car. No flies, no wind to bother me. So let's dig into this. I will say, walking into the shop, it smells absolutely delicious. They have all kind of specials. So I got one of their specials, which I'll show next, and they have breakfast and they have a bunch of desserts in there in the display. So let's take a taste of this shrimp katsu roll. I don't even know how to tackle this. It's huge. Oh, that was pretty mean. I don't know if it's like chopped up shrimp, but there is no shrimp big like this, but it's all meat inside and it's rolled in panko and that delicious mayo sauce. It's so crispy and very shrimpy. Yeah, it's like a whole bunch of chopped shrimp or little shrimp all rolled into this long, crispy roll. How ingenious. Rice is cooked perfectly, not mushy. Wow, that shrimp katsu roll is delicious, whatever it is. So crispy, fried to perfection, not burnt, just golden brown. And it's seasoned well. The mayo on top with, I think it's like a katsu sauce, really makes it taste good. This plate is so heavy and massive. It is like, I have this little table in my car to do these things, and it has a 3-pound weight limit, and it's starting to bend the little table, so I gotta hold it with my hand. That's how heavy and massive this plate is. It's just filled to the brim with food. Now let's check out these fried noodles. Got plenty chassu on top, green onion. They give a pretty generous amount of char siu, so you really taste that in the noodles. It has that nice sweet taste, like smoky sweet. I am loving it so far. Very, very delicious. This is like really good fried noodles. Got the fish cake in there too. Now I know what he's talking about. Supreme Judge. Very good plate lunch. I really like the creamy sauce that's on there, like a mayo sauce. Kind of has a little spice to it, but not too much. Like a very light, spicy ahi mayo type thing. It really goes well with the crunchiness of the panko and then the seafood flavor of the shrimp. Really good combination, almost like a very fancy tartar sauce or something without the relish. All right, let's take a taste of this. I don't know, is it like beef? I think so. It's like a terry beef, has a very nice glaze over it with some sauce. It's thinly sliced. To be honest, not my thing. It's not bad or anything, but if you love sweet terry beef, I don't even like terry beef much anyway. The sauce is very sweet to me, so I'm not, you know, or you already know, I don't really like too sweet things. But if you love terry beef, this is a good one. The beef is really tender, kind of just breaks apart in your mouth. It's not grizzly. It doesn't have nasty grizzle like sometimes you get at Zippy's or whatever. Pretty good. Just a little bit too sweet for my taste. But I bet you my son would love it because he ate all the sweet manapuas that I didn't like. So he will like that. I will save it for him. I'll just stick to the noodles and the shrimp. All right, next up is their special of the day. Sometimes they have it almost every day though. I saw it on their Instagram. This is the pork gochujang style with kimchi fried rice. Damn, that's a lot of food too, and a lot of rice, which I'm trying to stay away from, but smells delicious. Definitely can smell the kimchi going on. So let's take a taste of it. I like the caramelization on there. It's just a char on that pork, and it's thinly sliced. Okay. I like how it just is so thinly sliced and tender. You don't have to wrangle with it in your teeth. It just, when you bite it, just comes apart, tender. I like the mix of the gochujang sauce that they made. It's not too sweet. Reminds me of a milder version of a spicy pork dish you would get from a Korean restaurant. Not as hot though, but you definitely taste that gochujang taste. Definitely seasoned well, and the char marks on there, it gives it a nice flavor, like it has been barbecued Korean style. I like it. Very good. On the side underneath, I see some tegu too. Let's get under this meat and see what secrets behold us underneath the meat. So yeah, there's a lot of chopped green onion with sesame seeds and a little bit of tegu underneath with your rice. And then this is the kimchi fried rice underneath all that. So you know what? They give you plenty food, man. And you do see bits of the kimchi here and there. There's one piece right there. So let's take a little taste of the tegu. It's soft. Again, has the sweetness, but not too sweet, and tender bits of the cuttlefish or fish or whatever they use, and a lot of sesame seed flavor. Let's take a sample of this rice. That's spicy, even for me. So if you don't like spicy stuff, you might not want that. It gives a nice kick at the end. You get some big pieces of kimchi too that were fried. Oh, that's all hidden under the pork. So every time you keep eating, there's like more little treasures under here. Look at all the kimchi. There's just big chunks. This kimchi is a little bit fermented too, but when you fry it up with the meat sauce, it's really ono. To be honest though, the rice is a little bit watery and mushy. So I don't know why, because the other rice and the other plate lunch that was plain, it was perfectly cooked. So I don't know if they dripped some of the sauce in there and it made it soggy, but it's a little bit too mushy for me anyway. But I will say the combination with the meat and the kimchi and the tegu with the rice pair perfectly together. So I'm gonna take a bite of the kimchi and a piece of pork together. Cheers. That's really good. They also do dessert, so I said, why not? This kind of brings me back to nostalgia. I don't even know if they still sell it there because I don't really go there often. This is a very, very tiny version. I thought this was going to be a little bit bigger, but it is a Jell-O cheesecake square. And I used to get them when I was a kid. Very rarely though. We never really ate out because we weren't very well off. Used to get these at Zippy's, and it was in the display of Napoleon's Bakery. So it is like a little, not really rainbow kind of Jell-O, but you know, it's got two colors and the white stuff in the middle, and the cheesecake should be on the bottom, I think. But I said, why not? I saw it through the little display, and I saw it on Instagram on their page as a special for today. So here it is. I haven't had one of these in ages. Oh, it is rainbow actually. It's just on the bottom. I don't know, it said Jell-O cheesecake square. I don't see cheesecake unless it's way on the bottom. No, this is just a rainbow Jell-O. Guess they didn't have it today, but I swear I saw it on Instagram. But pretty, nevertheless. Reminds you of childhood or those old school parties where they used to serve this rainbow Jell-O like at the pagoda or something. One of those buffets. I like it. It's good. It brings back childhood memories. It's a very old school dessert. And I think it's so pretty. Look at all those colors. So that was some of the items at Str'eats of Aloha. If you ever see them at a food truck festival, or you're in the area of Elliott Street near the airport by the Hawaiian Airlines hangar, or the Sand Island area for their brick and mortar, definitely go try their food. Thank you again to Supreme Judge for suggesting this place. One thing to note is they are closed Saturday, Sundays, and most major holidays. They are only open from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. So for the ones who aren't off, I'm sorry, but if you do have a rare, weird day off in the middle of the day, definitely go check them out. On the weekends, though, they might be closed at their brick and mortar because they're at those food truck festivals, which are usually on the weekend. So if you ever go to those, or go to like Pearl Ridge's one on Friday nights or whatnot, definitely try to check them out if you see them, or look out for them. Some of the other things they had today I should have got, but I wasn't too sure, was scallop katsu. Oh, that sounds good. Takoyaki. They have, yeah, it says Jell-O cheesecake square. So I don't know. I guess it's a rainbow. Oh, I got a rainbow Jell-O instead. I think she misheard me. I wanted the Jell-O cheesecake square, but it's okay. That was only $1. It was tiny, but it was delicious. They even have ube cream puffs, so all kind of desserts, pumpkin cheese, cream cheese rolls, Nutella cream puffs. And their specials for today were lechon kawali, pork adobo with fried rice and 3 eggs, honey macadamia chicken, that's always on their menu. The Street Eats breakfast, they have 2 different types of bentos that are offered every day, and the grilled gochujang pork belly with the kimchi fried rice. So everything was good. I'm sure you will like the terry beef. It's just I'm a weirdo and I don't like sweet things much, like in terms of savoriness. And they also have a mini breakfast. Rice, 3 eggs your way with a choice of one of the meats. And one of the meats sound very interesting. It's guava bacon. Who has that? And if you don't want guava bacon, they got Portuguese sausage or spam, only $7.50. Just check out their Instagram for their specials every day, and if they're closed at their brick and mortar, and whether or not they're at Elliott Street. I will put that Instagram IG handle in the description box below as well. So thank you for joining me and watching the channel and the video, and hopefully you enjoyed the food. Even if you don't go, those were really ono grinds. Go out and support your local businesses, and if you can't obviously do it every day, I don't think you should be eating out every day, but save up your money, go out on the weekend, take your family, go get some grinds. If it's not this place, since they're not open on weekends, go try somewhere else. And just try something new. You might find a new restaurant that might be your favorite. So with that being said, I hope to see you next week for another food adventure on the island of Oahu. And if you like this, press the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again next week. Take care and have a great weekend. Aloha.